Hi, it's Wasabi. Welcome back to the channel. This video is on the Battlepass Season 4. This is the new values of Battlepass. We're just going to take you through the main highlights there. First of all, the season period started on March 15th and it ends on June 16th. So three chapters as well. You can earn points in random battles, apart from grand battles, rank battles, frontline, and steel hunter. And in addition, there are daily missions that you can earn points for as well. As in previous Battle Pass seasons, you use tier 6 to tier 10 vehicles to earn Battle Pass points, including rental vehicles that you may acquire. But you can get the daily missions in any vehicle tier, which is another change for this season. So if you're playing tier 5 and you have you beat the missions for, say, damage targets, etc., we'll have a look at those. Then yeah, you can earn up to 20 points, I think, for completing those, which is about half of what a particular stage is. So three chapters in the season with 50 stages each, similar to the previous seasons. And as in previous seasons, you can buy an improved pass, which gets you extra rewards that will cost gold for that. Once you complete stages, you can earn tokens, and you can then change tokens for tier 9 vehicles and other in-game assets in the store. We'll have a look at that in a little while. And the tier 9 vehicles, obviously, you've seen videos on those as well for the new ones, but also the old ones are still available. So the Phase 1, the Chaff tier 4, and the Object 777 still available in the store. Now, in addition to the normal points earning, there are 3 vehicles that you can earn extra points on. So the Object 705A, which is tier 10 Russian tank, heavy tank, the 121, which is tier 10 Chinese heavy tank, and the T110E3, which is the tier 10, or one of the tier 10 US tank destroyers. Each of those has extra points you can get. So for example, the 705, you can earn 1 additional point when you get into the top 10. So, you know, if you earn 3 points by being in the bottom part of the top 10, you get 4 points playing the 705. If you're on the top of that group and you win, you earn, you know, additional point basically on top of whatever you would have earned in that. So the Object 705A, 1 additional point. The 121, you get 2 additional points when you get into the top 5. So you have to get to the top 5 to get the additional points. And in the T110E3, you get 3 additional points, but you have to get into the top 3 by experience earned. So all those things are based on experience earned. In addition to that, for each stage, you can pick a particular tank from that list, the 705A, the 121, or the E3, and as you go through the stages, you can earn styles. Anyway, let's jump into it and have a look at those as we go. So as you've seen before, Battle Pass here, and I'm just using a new account that I created. So you can see we're here and we just completed stage 1 earlier. So this view gives you your progression, and you can see we're just into stage 2. We've earned 1 point towards the 50 that you need to complete the stage, and all stages have the same number of points. See the rewards on the top line, and we picked the 121 as our standard one. But if you want to have a look at the styles, these are the 3 different tanks, and they're called progressive styles. So as you go through, you get additional style elements based on each stage that you complete. So just go through each one and just adds more to each one. So if you only get to stage 1 or stage 2, then you still get the 3D style, but as you progress and do more, it adds more elements to that style, which is an interesting thing. But you can see here we've selected the 121 as the basis for this account. And as you complete each stage, you'll get all the progressive elements, or each chapter I should say, and then you get to the end of the chapter and you can pick another style. So by completing all 3 chapters, you can get all 3 styles. Now, the improved pass basically gives you, try and get rid of that artifact there. Oh, it's gone away. Oh, there we go. So basically, above the line here is what you earn with the standard approach. And if you purchase the improved pass, which I think is 1250 gold for each chapter, then in addition to what you earn on the top line, you then earn the bottom line. So at stage 1, we earn a style. But if we'd had the improved pass when we did that, we would have earned 7 days of premium plus the improved style. So at complete stage 2, then you get the 75,000 credits. With the improved pass, you get that plus the 100,000. So you get a total of 175,000 and so on. So as you progress through, you basically, with improved pass, you get the benefits, all those things. Now, in addition to that improved pass, you can also purchase completion of a stage. So if you're finding it's you're running out of time to complete a chapter, or so let's scroll forward to the end, and we've only got 1 chapter to go, or chapter to go before you're getting a specific reward that you're looking for. Let's say it's the bounty equipment. So where do we get to? Or bonds, for example. There's some quite significant rewards here. Okay, so let's say we're getting close to the end, but we're just running out of time to complete it before the Battle Pass finishes. Then you, in addition to purchasing improved pass, you can also complete a stage for 250 gold. And so you can do that in the store. But if you're basically time poor, you can complete all the stages by purchasing them all, or any number of stages you want, basically, to complete it. And then as you go through and complete that chapter, you'll also get an additional crewman. So by completing all 3 chapters, you get all the 3 crewmen available, and you can see that they've got brothers in arms, and they've got 2 additional skills or perks already trained. So you can basically choose the additional skills you want. So you're effectively getting a 3 skill crew by completing all 3 chapters. All right, what else can we tell you about Battle Pass? We had a look at the styles. I'll put the link to the description article below, so you can go and have a read of that at your leisure and see pictures of the styles in a more natural sort of way. We talked about the progression system. Now points, this basically hasn't changed as before, but the main change is that in addition to earning points in random battles and the missions that we talked about, you can also earn points in Steel Hunter mode, which is mode currently running at the moment, and in Frontline, which will run following on from Steel Hunter, as well as ranked battles, and ranked battle season is about to start. So if you finish in the top 3 and you win, you get 7 points. If you finish in the top 5, you'll get 5 points. If you finish in the top 10, you'll get 5 points. And if you're in the losing side, in top 3, you get 5 points, and 3 points for finishing in the top 5 and below into the top 10, basically. So that's the basic ones. And of course, with the bonuses mentioned earlier, you can get additional points based on the vehicle that you're in if you're playing one of those tier 10s. So those points you only get in battle for playing tier 6 and above, but the missions that you can play will give you additional points, and we'll have a look at the missions in a second. But Steel Hunter mode, you get points as well. If you finish in first place, you get 20 Battle Pass points. If you finish in positions 2 to 5, you'll get 10, and if you finish in positions 6 to 10, you get 5 Battle Pass points. If you're in a platoon, same thing for finishing at the top, you'll get 20. In positions 2 to 3, you'll end up with 10 Battle Pass points each, and in positions 4 to 5, you'll end up with 5 Battle Pass points each. There are also missions in Steel Hunter mode, so doing 8,000 hit points of damage will earn you 20 points, which you can do once a day, and destroying 4 enemy vehicles will also get you 20 Battle Pass points, which you can do once a day as well. Daily missions will get you between 7 and 15 points, depending on the difficulty of the mission. But as before, you have a point limit for vehicles, not for the daily missions, but once you reach a limit for a vehicle, you won't be able to earn any more points for that vehicle. That sort of forces you to play the full spectrum of your vehicles, basically, if you want to complete, certainly in a particular tier. There's a handy calculator in the article that I'll link below, where you can put in the number of vehicles you've got at each tier, and it will work out the total number of points that you can earn from your vehicles. All right, so basically as you go from tier 6 and upwards, you can earn more points per vehicle, but you can have a look at that in the garage. It will tell you what the limits are. Tier 6, for example, earns 100 points per vehicle as a limit. Tier 7, you can earn up to 250 points per vehicle. Tier 8 is 400. Tier 9 is 550, and Tier 10 is 700. And the core vehicles that we mentioned before, the T110E3, the 705A, and the 121, you can earn up to 1,000 points per vehicle to do that. So if you think 50 points per stage, a 1,000 point vehicle could get you 200 of those. So sorry, 20 stages, is that right? Yeah, 20 times 50, 1,000. So my mental maths has gone mental. But so one vehicle, you could complete 20 stages out of the 50 just with one vehicle if you're using one of the core vehicles. So that's the essence of it. The improved pass we talked about completing with gold a particular stage we've covered. The improved pass you can buy just for a chapter, or there are offers that you can buy for all chapters and buy at a discount, but sorry, it is 2,500 gold, not 1,250, so apologies for that. But definitely I think it's worthwhile from the cost of gold for a 2,500 to get the additional items of value. So you can have a look at that as you pass through the thing. If we have a look at the rewards, let's go to the store. And we'll pick up the items for tokens. It's the second item here. So the tokens that you earn, assuming we don't have any tokens at the moment, but the top line are the two new tanks that have become available, the Kunze-Panzer Tier 9 medium tank, which I've done a review on. Now that will cost 18 tokens. So you can only get 18 tokens by completing all 3 chapters to the end. 12 tokens for the K91 PT, which I've just released a video on for a review, pardon me. The A Phase 1 and the Charfageur 4 and the Object 777, which are all available from the previous seasons, you can use 9 tokens for. So if you do earn 18 tokens through the course of the overall season, then you can purchase 2 Tier 9 tanks. However, if you don't want to use your tokens on that, or you've already bought some of those tanks and you don't want to buy any more, you can use tokens for other things. So you can exchange a token for 100 bonds. So if you earn 18 tokens, you could get 1,800 bonds out of that. So that's in addition to all the bonds you might earn through the thing, which I think is a total of about 3,000 bonds in there if you pass all the stages with the improved pass. Actually, I think the bonds, you don't even need the improved pass for that. You can also purchase the economic reserves, which you credit bonus mission personal reserves, basically. So that's what you can do with your tokens. So I guess the key values really are what you can earn during the Battle Pass season. So in addition to the cruise that we talked about, it would be back to the actual values of those things. I'll leave that to you to have a look through, but you can see in addition to styles, personal reserves, you get directives, blueprints of different nations as well as universals, credits, training manuals, very valuable here. We get stage 1 and stage 2 manuals, so stage 1 being 20,000 experience points and stage 2 being 100,000 experience points. More credits, garage slots, there you go, that's a token. Premium days, and when you finally get to it, there will be equipment that you can just choose for completing. So you can choose one equipment slot. So there's bonds you see there. So the bonds are all on the top row, by the way. You don't get any additional bonds by purchasing the improved pass. But as we get to closer to stage 50, there's another token. And here you can see equipment to select from. So you can get a class 1 piece of equipment from the list that's shown there. And when you get to the last stage of that chapter, then you can choose a bounty equipment. Now don't forget with the bounty, you're choosing the equipment, but it behaves the same as standard equipment until you spend another 3 million credits on it to basically upgrade it to give you the extra percentage boost that the bounty equipment does. And again, finally, once you've finished all 50 stages of a particular chapter, then you get to select the crew member that comes along with that, and then the same thing starts again for chapter 2 and then chapter 3. So with each chapter, again, you can purchase the improved pass by itself, or you can choose them by itself altogether. So look, all in all, I guess the main takeaways are that it's fully integrated now with both standard rounds of battle, plus the Steel Hunter mode in particular, where previously you didn't really get a lot of value out of Steel Hunter back into the game itself. With Frontline, so in addition to earning all the credits and experience potential you can in Frontline, which is a great piece of the game in my view, you can also earn Battle Pass points there, which you couldn't do before, and ranked battles, you can earn Battle Pass points as well. So I think lots of opportunities to earn Battle Pass points, but as in previous seasons, be aware of the limits per vehicle, and the fact that you can also purchase additional stages if you feel the need or you don't have the time to complete. So I think, yeah, altogether, great improvement in Battle Pass. The vehicles that are on offer have been 2 more new ones added. Up to you to decide whether they're worth the number of tokens that they're asking for. But if you've gone through previous stages of Battle Pass, you can carry your tokens forward, by the way. You don't lose tokens during the year, and you won't, if you have tokens left over at the end of the year, I believe it is, then at that point, yes, it's sorry, not the end of the year, it's actually December 19th of this year, so it's not quite the end of the year, but it's very close to it. Any tokens that you have remaining will get converted to bonds at 100 bonds per token. But between each season, so I would expect there'll be another season this year before the end of the year, because this one finishes in June, so there should be another one starting in the second half of the year. Then any tokens that you earned in the first season, you'll be able to carry forward into the next season after that. All right, so that's basically it on Battle Pass. Enjoy your time with it. I think it's a great addition to the game. It's really useful to you to earn additional bonuses, particularly for players who aren't on premium accounts. So you get the premium days. You can choose some of the rewards, you can choose when to take it as well. Now that's another thing that maybe people aren't aware of. When you actually earn these sorts of rewards for just credits in game, etc., you don't get any choice. They just get added to you. But for example, the universal fragments and other blueprint fragments, I think you can choose when to take them, and you can also choose the equipment. So things like bonds will get automatically credited to you, the tokens will, but equipment you can hold off choosing it, and you can come back later on once you've completed stages. You can go and choose things together. So you may decide not to choose a particular piece of equipment until perhaps you've got a vehicle you want to put it on, or you haven't decided what you want. You can make up your mind and come back later on for that as well. So again, I think just in summary, it's a really good part of the game. I think most players would enjoy having it there. It just happens naturally as part of playing, so you'll just acquire things as you go, which I think is a nice way to play, in addition to the what you're focused on with your tank and improving your skills and that sort of thing. And there's some interesting rewards that you can purchase with your tokens as well. So good luck with that, and if you've got any questions, further questions, you can please leave them in the comments below. Okay, cheerio.